night. Did I fall asleep wearing my microphone? I gotta stop doing that. Well, let's see what's on the agenda for today. Breakfast, grocery shopping, hit the gym, lunch, football game, work on the script for the next episode, dinner, jerk off, and go to bed. Okay, well, looks like I got quite a full day. Rob?
Sean? We meet again.
Did you break into my house again?
It had to be done.
Did you walk all the way to California?
I had to.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Stephen King.
Oh God, here we go again. What now?
We're watching it.
We're watching what?
It.
Yes, what?
We're watching it.
Watching what?
It.
But what is it?
A terrible movie.
What is?
It.
Rob, what is it?
Stephen King's It.
Oh, Stephen King's It. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, it.
It should have been called Shit.
Great, we got that joke out of the way early. Anyway,
it was picked up to be the first made-for-TV film based on Stephen King's work since 1979's Salem's Lot, but there were issues right off the bat.
King had pretty much no connection with the project, and George Romero was even lined up to direct, but dropped out.
And once he did so, the project was actually shortened. Yes, this 3-hour film was originally going to be between 8 and 10 hours.
Pacing?
Yeah.
Upon release, it was pretty much a big hit, adding on to people's already growing fear of clowns. Why are clowns scary? I don't understand. They got bright red noses and big floppy feet.
aren't you scared of swans?
They'll break your arm, you know.
How could I forget?
King actually claimed he came up with Pennywise when he was asked what scared children more than anything else in the world.
Pedophiles.
Dude!
Am I wrong?
I'm not entirely sure, actually.
It's so different.
But yeah, everyone for some reason found Tim Curry's portrayal terrifying. In fact, the cast was so scared of him they actually avoided him between takes. Weirdly, Alice Cooper was actually considered for the part.
I can see it.
No, I don't think so.
Even Stephen King highly praised it, saying he had no expectations, considering the sheer length of the book, over 1,000 pages, being shortened into 3 hours. But he was pleasantly surprised.
But director Tommy Lee Wallace confessed he never read the novel when he made it, but read it years later and admitted that he just didn't do it justice. Well, it is directed by the guy who made Halloween 3,
Oh, son of a bitch!
so we too have no expectations. This is Stephen King's shit. So we open with a little kid singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Wow, we're 2 minutes in and we're already stealing from Friday the 13th Part 2. No, it's seriously the exact same opening.
Wow. It's identical. All they did was put the kid on a tricycle and there, yep, it's totally different.
Come on, Lorianne, it's gonna storm.
And we all know just how well Stephen King writes storms.
Anyway, she hears Tim Curry's ominous laugh.
But oh no, look, laundry! That's terrifying!
To be fair, we see Pennywise briefly in short images, and it's actually a pretty solid opening. But I'm not buying for 1 second that a child would not have screamed instantly at the very first sight of that clown.
Clowns aren't scary!
Sure.
The police are called, and it turns out that 6 kids are missing and presumed dead. Some are skeptical and trying to find a logical explanation, but don't worry, the dad from Sister Sister is on the case.
Or we can call him Mike. Mike's good too.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Oh, and Mike is obsessed with this case, despite not being a cop. It's a common cliche nowadays, but unfortunately, this miniseries pretty much inspired it rather than stole it.
There's something terribly wrong here.
So we cut to England, and oh hey, Olivia Hussey is here! One of many great talents wasted on a garbage script.
You didn't have to take this job, you know. It's not as if we need the money.
In case you've forgotten, I took the job to be with you. Besides, if they're gonna hire somebody to mangle one of my books, might as well be me.
Isn't that why Stephen King directed Maximum Overdrive? Come to think of it, Thomas kinda looks like King here. And that's probably not by accident.
So Mike calls up his old buddy Bill, which leads to a flashback to see Seth Green and Jonathan Brandis.
And then we're right back in the present time again. Okay.
What is it? Who was on the phone?
Nobody. Wrong number.
Do you seriously believe she'd buy that long-ass phone call was a wrong number?
Georgie.
Do people just randomly say former friends' names and then dramatically dissolve? Craig!
Anyway, we go to flashback land where Brandis is a bit of a dick to his brother Georgie. Now, the kid who played Georgie in the 2017 version was actually a really good actor. The kid who played Georgie in the 1990 version was not.
Tell me a story.
Maybe later.
The Magic Stone story. Please, Bill. Please.
Go bug somebody else, you little cootie. I don't feel so hot.
At least Brandis' acting of the stutter is pretty good.
I won't tell him if you don't.
So he gives Georgie a paper boat to go and sail, but sends him to the cellar first because he's an asshole.
Georgie, don't stay out too long or Mom will have a bird.
I won't.
Georgie. Be careful.
What? This makes no sense for his character at all. He's a complete dick, sends him to the cellar, and then, oh, by the way, I'm sending you on this dangerous mission. Be careful.
Oops. So Georgie heads outside to sail his boat, in broad daylight with not a single cloud in the sky.
Where the fuck is the rain coming from?
Take your pick.
And this is where the famous sewer scene takes place. We all know it. Tim Curry harasses Georgie, says they all float in the sewers while he's clearly beating off, and then eats the camera.
Yeah, trying to keep within the standards of broadcast television really does not help this movie.
I like the changes, Bill. They're wonderful.
One thing I will say here, alright, I don't find Curry creepy or scary in this.
And when I first saw the film, and even now, if I didn't know ahead of time, I would have no clue that was Tim Curry. He completely makes this role his own and just disappears into the character.
But at least in this version, it makes sense why kids would trust and approach him. He just looks and sounds like a normal clown. In the remake, the clown is like,
Hey, come here, kids. Come and trust me. I'm Pennywise and I will eat your soul. Why do they keep running away?
I know this doesn't make any sense.
oh, and the remake didn't make this scene scary either. It looks like a cartoon.
I guess so.
Also, random thought, if this is a flashback, how is it being recalled? No one is around other than Georgie and Pennywise.
Did Pennywise sit Jonathan Brandis' character down and say, "All right, kid, this is what happened to your little brother. It was a bright, sunny, and rainy day. Don't ask me to explain that one. He was playing with his boat, it fell into the sewer, and I popped out and gave him the standard spiel about balloons and cotton candy and you'll float too, yada yada, you know the drill. And one thing led to another, and long story short, I ate his face."
You didn't have to take this job, you know.
But oh well, things wouldn't get any easier thereafter.
Georgie.
So he's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life.
No.
So he's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life and make them bleed.
But the parents come in and can't see the blood. Ooh, creepy.
Mom,
What were you doing in Georgie's room?
Nothing. Dad, listen.
I don't want you ever coming in here again, son. Do you understand?
I don't want you ever out-acting me again, son. Do you understand?
And why are they so against him going in there? It's his dead brother's room and he's mourning. Heartless bastards.
Leave. Have you lost your mind? We're in the middle of making a movie.
They can replace me.
Unfortunately, we can't replace the script.
This is an American tragedy.
So we cut to New York City to see John Ritter.
He'll give us 8 simple rules to fix this film.
And if you want those 8 simple rules, just go knock on his door. He's been waiting for you.
I'm just staring at my face on Time magazine so the audience get to learn my character's name. Yep, that ought to do it.
I'm more concerned about why the hell the phone jack is in the ceiling.
But John Ritter actually uses his fatness to turn her on. This could not get any more cringy.
Love your body.
Oh, I like yours too.
Would you believe I used to be fat?
I bet you were real cute.
No, not just fat, but a regular butterball. You bet your fern I was. We used to say that as kids. You bet your fern. But I was F-A-T.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Ugh.
Ben? Ben, are you there?
Mike?
Acting?
Are you okay?
I don't think I am, sweetheart.
I've got to go save the Chucky franchise.
Until last week, I lived with my mom in Houston, Texas. We moved here to live with my cousins.
Look at that gut.
Man, Jerry Only was a real psycho when he was a kid.
So of course we see John Ritter as a kid called Ben, played by that fat kid from the Wonder Years. And their teacher I was convinced was Eleanor from The Haunting, but it's not. I looked it up.
What a porker.
Henry Bowers.
And that's really weird because that's also the name of a battle rapper who looks like a caveman.
You will stay for 1 hour after school every day this week.
My father will tan my hide.
You should have thought of that before you picked on Ben.
A teacher punishing a bully, so unrealistic.
Now report to the principal's office.
You're dead, fat boy.
And the teacher let that one slide?
That's better!
Hey, look, it's the fat boy.
Oh, is he fat? Wow, they kept that subtle.
So he gets picked on, but it looks more like he's enjoying it rather than being afraid.
So he runs away to hide in a pipe where he finds Brandis and some other nerd.
You didn't have to do that. Why did you do that?
Because I felt like it. Give me that.
That's for my asthma.
There's always a kid with asthma.
So they do attempt to build suspense about whether or not the bullies are going to find the fat kid in the pipe, but we already know he survives because this is a flashback, so there's no suspense to begin with.
You're Ben. Yeah, and you're Bill. Yeah, and this is...
Penny. He knows. I hate it when you stutter my name, Bill. You sound like Elmer Fudd.
Well, they're assholes.
As long as they don't call him Duddits or something.
Maybe later.
Basically, the fat kid has a crush on this girl, and he's also neglected by his family, so he runs away to McDonald's.
Ben! Ben! Hi, Ben!
Daddy?
So it's a killer clown that can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, and manifest itself in the form of deceased people from the past.
That's my home now, son!
You want a balloon, Ben?
They float!
Balloons aren't scary!
Clowns aren't scary!
Come here, son! You'll like it down there!
You'll never have to grow up.
Oh, sorry. The fat kid in Hook was already cast. Ah!
Okay.
That's a bit better.
So we cut to Lana from Superman 3 playing Beverly. She works in a clothing factory.
You know, have you noticed that hardly any of these characters are actually interesting? I mean, we're 33 minutes in, and we're still being introduced to all of them.
We get all of these flashes to the past and then present day to try to develop the characters, but the only one I actually am kind of interested in is Jonathan Brandis. His brother got killed, so that whole arc is the only one I actually find interesting.
The rest are just dull. The fat kid getting bullied is all cliche and doesn't have a personality to make up for it, and the rest are just kind of there.
Anyway, Bev gets the same phone call as the others, but her response is a lot more brutal.
That was Mike Hanlon on the phone. You remember the call at work today? He's an old dear friend. I have to...
Shut up.
Ouch.
They get into a fight and start throwing shit, and we don't care! Go back to the stupid clown!
We do enter another flashback to Bev, while the fat kid decides to hide in a bush and stalk her. Wow, the one slightly redeemable quality his character had is just gone.
How are we supposed to sympathize with someone that creepy?
I worry about you a lot, baby. Sometimes I worry a lot.
Daddy, please.
Ow! This poor woman, everywhere she goes, she gets slapped.
Haven't you got anything better to do than go sneaking up on people?
I'd love to say yes, but honesty forbids.
Damn it, you ruined my joke. I had a really funny idea in the script, but yours was more creative, so I put yours in instead.
Go on, do yours.
Okay, play it again.
Haven't you got anything better to do than go sneaking up on people?
Yeah, but Subway doesn't open until 10. Sorry.
You didn't have to do that.
So the fat kid introduces Bev to his friends Bill and Eddie, and hey, Seth Green is there too. Maybe he can save this film.
Richie Toge is my name. And doing voices is my game.
Well, can't fault them for casting. And they all start to build a dam together. Wonderful.
See you, Beverly.
See ya.
Even she forgot his name.
See you, Beverly.
See ya.
Fat kid.
Help me. Help me, Beverly.
Hello?
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself as dead people from the past, and can produce voices from a bathroom sink?
Sure. Is someone there?
The clown brought us down here. We all float.
Yeah, we heard you the first 50 times. We got it. Thank you.
So it blows a balloon up the plug, spurting blood everywhere, but like before, the parents can't see it anywhere.
Admittedly, it does get quite creepy after her dad leaves.
Pennywise speaks to her again as the blood splutters, and it is quite chilling. This movie does have its moments.
Back in the present day, Eddie also has to rush to Derry. He doesn't even get the phone call. I mean, I assume he does, but we don't see it. Literally, his character is so important, we don't get to see his deadly phone call or even a flashback. Because fuck Eddie, that's why. Hey, if it speeds up the movie, I'm game. We don't need to see the same phone call 6 times.
Okay.
So we cut to a cinema where all the kids are watching a movie, and you can tell they're not watching it because they're actually scared.
The fat kid accidentally knocks some popcorn over, and it just so happens to land on the bullies. What the hell are the odds?
If I were you guys, I wouldn't pay to see a monster movie. I'd just stay home and look in the mirror.
Was that seriously the best comeback he could come up with? I expected a lot more from Seth Green.
At least it looks like he's having a hell of a lot of fun.
I heard that, you skirt.
Anyway, so... Right. Beverly has a thing for the fat kid, but then flirts with Bill, kisses Eddie, and then walks off with Seth Green. What the hell? Is she that greedy? Does she need to have all of them?
Oh, calm down. It's just harmless flirting. It's not like the book where she has sex with all of them individually in the sewer. As children. Yeah, the less said about that, the better. King was doing a lot of cocaine back then.
Yes.
So we cut to the school to see the cliche asshole gym coach while...
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself in the form of deceased people from the past, produce voices from beneath a bathroom sink, and can extend shower heads from the wall.
This is a little inconvenient, Eddie. Just hold on while I make a few adjustments.
And produce terrible stop-motion effects from the ground.
Still a better shower scene than Freddy's Revenge.
Also, much like Seth Green, Tim Curry is clearly having the time of his life in this film. Although I'm pretty sure we just saw his O-face.
Wait, why doesn't he just kill him? They keep saying he wants to spread the fear, but he already has. And now he has the opportunity to kill them, and he doesn't. Now is the time to kill.
Who cares? That roar is hilarious. So we get a long take through the television studio to get to the host, only to then go all the way back again. It just seems like they got a new Steadicam dolly and just really wanted to show it off. They were so proud of it.
Yeah, this is Richie Tozer. Who's this, Elvis?
Before he gets a phone call, what the hell? We're 54 minutes in and we're still introducing characters?
Well, technically this is Seth Green grown up, so he's already introduced.
Shut up!
Don't insult my intelligence.
Well, I do. I want to be a train conductor and see the world.
That is if your mom ever let you cross the street. I want to be the first rock and roll singer from Derry. Either that or an impressionist. Your voices all sound the same, Richie.
Well, except for Chris Griffin.
The other night, in Georgie's room.
I was thinking of committing suicide. What?
Don't you ever think before speaking?
Very little.
So the kids chill at school to fill out some more time as they're informed there's been another murder. The bullies try to pick on Seth Green, but he literally gives them the slip.
Hey, way to go, Banana Heels!
His insults are painful to listen to.
He has to go to the basement to get a mop, and again, there's no suspense. We know he lives. Anyway, he gets attacked by a werewolf to foreshadow Buffy years later.
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself as dead people from the past, produce voices from beneath the bathroom sink, manipulate shower heads through walls, produce terrible stop-motion effects on the ground, and turn into a fucking werewolf? Who lets him go for some reason. Why is he being so timid now? At the start of the movie, he killed like 6 kids, and now all of a sudden he's like, well, maybe I'll wait 7 months and then make my move.
You gotta help me! Somebody, please! In the basement! There's a werewolf.
And I know this will sound crazy, but my dad is building a nuclear laser.
Tell me.
So only now do we get Mike's flashback as a kid. First character we see, and it takes 62 minutes to see his backstory.
But you guessed it, now it's time for the bullies to pick on him because that's all their characters do. There's no other traits, no other interests, just... No. 3 o'clock. Oh my god, I gotta pick on somebody for no reason. I gotta do that at 4 o'clock too.
Or what? The nigger here lives down the street from me and my daddy, isn't that so? Give it here!
They won't show anyone dying, but they're perfectly fine with the N-word. Television broadcast standards are weird.
1 out of 10.
They try to steal his folder or some shit, but he manages to get it back and runs away. Who cares?
How has young Only not been charged with murder at this point? Pretty much everyone knows he's a psychopath and no one's done a damn thing about it.
Oh well, Mike manages to bump into the others for protection.
But it was a clown underneath.
So maybe it's some kind of evil being that can read our minds and take the shape of stuff we're afraid of.
And that's what happened to all the kids around here?
It's serious. Such a thing just isn't empirically possible.
Real. It was so real.
Yeah, Stan, it almost had my guts for garters. Probably just the influence of the movie.
Couldn't it be just some crazy guy dressed up in a clown suit?
Well, that has been known to happen.
I've been trying to figure out how Stephen King's mind works for years, don't even bother.
They manage to overthrow the bullies with some rocks to scare them away.
Why are you guys anyway?
We're sort of a club.
But only one of us will be successful after this.
Yeah.
You want in?
Yeah.
Great! Prepare for the initiation! Ben, get the hot coals.
Beautiful.
But yeah, they've just met Mike and he's already a part of their club. Pretty stupid.
I've always wanted to be in a secret club.
It's very hard to get into. You must say the secret word.
Which is?
Pick a needle noodle.
Pick a needle noodle?
That's it. You're in.
Anyway, they have some photos of Pennywise. Somehow.
Seriously, is this ever explained?
Nope.
And they realize he's actually been around for decades before the book comes to life.
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself in the form of deceased people from the past, produce voices from beneath a bathroom sink, extend shower heads from a wall, give off awful stop motion effects, turn into a werewolf and bring photo... No, we've already done that one. Just shut the damn book! Oh, and clowns aren't scary. It was more frightening in Rocky Horror.
He was scarier in Home Alone 2.
I love you.
Ugh.
To be fair, I actually love this scene. Brandis yells at the spirit or whatever about his brother's death, and his acting is incredible, and I really care about this motivation.
So back in the present day, Mike notices...
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself as deceased people from the past, produce voices from a bathroom sink, manipulate shower heads through walls, produce terrible stop motion effects from the ground, turn into a fucking werewolf, and create blood-soaked footprints on the carpet. Have I left anything out?
Oh, and he pops a balloon. He's evil, I tell you. Evil! Oh yeah, Mike dies.
And genuinely now, 74 minutes in, Stan gets the call about going to Derry. 74 minutes!
Don't you remember your promise?
What? Yes, Mike.
You promised.
Yes, I remember.
I hope you come.
I think he was about to, but then you called.
Oh, well, everyone else reacted in total fear, but Stan decides to... take a bath. Interesting move.
Back at the kids, they start using slingshots, and much to their surprise, Bev manages to hit every single target. They're surprised because she has a vagina.
You're worse than I am, kiddo. At this rate, we might as well let that damn clown take us one by one.
Beep, Richie.
Don't ask us what that means. They never explain it. They say it whenever they want him to shut up, but no one talks that way, and it's never explained.
It's in the book.
And what is it?
Oh, no, it's not explained in the book. It's just used more in the book as a way to shut him up.
Yep, thought so.
This is still crazy. No, it's not.
I'm with Stan. So what if I can shoot good?
So well. Good grammar is important, Missy.
Look at this mess!
And they decide that Bev has to use a slingshot to shoot this monster with silver. Since it's part werewolf, I don't know.
Mother's earrings, baby. Solid silver. That's just stuff in movies.
This is about a giant shape-shifting killer clown, right?
Yep.
That's just stuff in movies.
Ah, so this is what it looks like when it's raining for real. But why do they all take a hit? It's an inhaler, not a fucking joint.
So they head to where the book said or something, and of course the bullies show up.
Where are they going? Down in the sewer, stupid. Yeah. And guess what? They're not coming back out.
Who are you talking to?
To be fair, the atmosphere in the sewer is actually really creepy and well done. But oh no, the force from the Evil Dead is after him!
Why doesn't it just let him go and let every other little shit escape?
Who's missing?
Stan. Oh no!
Gee, that was convincing. Belch is not scary. Belch will never be scary. Belch is a comedy sidekick who wants to be scary when he grows up. Spoiler alert, he won't.
It doesn't matter, one of them gets sucked into a pipe like Super Mario Brothers, and it's hilarious! This just needs some gaming music.
But then Jerry Only suddenly turns into Billy fucking Idol.
I have no idea what just happened.
Is that it? Did we do it?
You didn't do anything!
Okay, whatever happens, hang on. It's not as strong as I thought it was, or it could have killed us just then.
You'd think!
Georgie?
No, Bill! That's not George! Don't break the circle!
Bevy! Baby, what do you think you're doing down here with these boys?
So it's a killer clown who can bring photographs to life, make them bleed, manifest itself as dead people from the past, produce a voice from beneath a bathroom sink, extend shower heads from the wall, give off awful stop motion effects, turn into a werewolf, give off blood-soaked footprints in the carpet, and can manifest itself as alive people from the present.
What the fuck is it?
Help me.
Also, I'll take it back. Seth Green is the only other likeable character. Not just because it's Seth Green,
though it helps.
But he's so badass and is the only fearless one who actually stands up to the bullies and or monsters.
I am eternal, child. I am the eater of worlds.
Bray Wyatt?
And of children.
Juario?
Be afraid.
They are literally begging the audience to be scared at this point. But the problem is, clowns aren't scary. And honestly, Pennywise melting from battery acid and then getting a
boom headshot.
It just looks so funny that I genuinely thought it was a fake out death. And he, being the comedic villain, would pop back up to yell boo or something.
And the silver actually works. So, is it actually a werewolf? What?
And you know, the more I watch this, the more I'm convinced the 2017 version had the right idea. Just focus on the kids for part 1 and save the adults for part 2. By constantly bouncing back and forth all the time like this, it's just confusing and feels incoherent.
We don't even know if it dies, it just does this hilarious jump down the pipe with more bad effects, tries to drag Bill down with it, and we're supposed to take it seriously.
Swear to me that if it isn't dead, I'll come back.
I swear.
Whoa, not on this network.
But they all live in Derry. Why do they need to make this promise? We will all come back, but none of you are making a plan to leave. So it's just a weird thing. We all live here. We've lived out here all our lives, but let's make this promise just in case we're all deciding to up and leave.
But it turns out Stan killed himself and wrote "it" on the wall. I'm not even going to continue to question what the hell this thing is, but I'm genuinely surprised they showed this much blood. Up to this point, every death was implied more than shown.
Also, why is "it" written on the wall? I mean, that's just what the kids called it, since it's just some thing. Oh, and her acting is truly awful when she discovers the corpse.
And despite previously explaining he was Jewish, they decided to put a cross on the grave. Douchebags.
Gee, subtle.
And since we've spent most of our time with the kids, I've actually forgotten which adult actor is supposed to be which damn kid.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, that'll get him scared. What the hell were you pussies on?
So the douche with glasses and a mole meets up with Mike, who I thought died earlier, but I guess he got better, and they start to slowly remember the past.
No idea how we've been seeing flashbacks up to this point if they can't remember, but who cares?
And we even get this little subplot about his old bike. Aren't you invested?
Come on up, Richie. I got a balloon for you.
You monster!
Balloons aren't scary!
Well, guess what? I've got flowers for you.
I'm so sorry.
But hey, he has loads of balloons, so that makes it extra scary. No, it doesn't. But hey, they explode blood on everyone who flinch for some reason despite not being able to see them. That's scary, right?
Wait, they're adults now, so shouldn't they be unable to see the blood?
Mike Hanlon, if you see...
Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
This is scary?
Well, maybe it'll get frightening in a second.
So I had to get cleaned up. Hell yeah.
Nope.
And then we get more montages of Mike riding his bike. Jesus Christ! We're 1 hour and 42 minutes in and they've realised, damn it, we have no actual characters. Let's give them nothing to do.
And the whole dead brother thing is ignored now, so it doesn't even have that going for it.
I didn't hear that.
But I'm quite confused. Originally, they all got a phone call to meet up and sort this thing out, but now all of a sudden they're reluctant to believe Mike and trust him. They don't want to go until they themselves get a flashback or a vision of the damn clown. What happened? Was there more than one writer and they just conflicted? Because I'm so confused.
We can't wait to get you down here with us.
So, how about killing him? Maybe? No? Okay.
Nope. You do remember me. Oh, Mr. Keene. Mr. Keene.
Get out of Derry while you still can.
Mr. Keene, please.
Beware, little Eddie.
Was that supposed to be scary? An old man with Tim Curry's soothing voice?
So Beverly visits her father, but Pennywise decides to be a dick and changes the name on the door because it turns out that her father has actually been dead for the past 5 years.
I will admit I actually like this scene, mostly because Annette O'Toole's acting really sells it. When she's looking into that bathroom sink, she is able to say so much without actually saying a word.
But why is Bev going to see her dad and not Mike? They were all on their way to see him earlier and they knew it was urgent, but now they're all waiting around for some reason. Oh gee, a serial killer is back. Well, that sounds very important. We must go and save the world, but first, a bake sale.
Something like that.
But it only gets weirder as we get this dramatic zoom in, and it's treated all intense as an old lady simply slurps her tea.
Ooh, scary.
I worry about you, Bevy. I worry a lot.
Okay, that is really creepy. Until he runs after her, and it looks hilarious. It's like an episode of Goosebumps.
Way to ruin it.
And then a balloon comes out of her cooch. Ooh! So we cut back to Olivia Hussey, who I won't lie, I've completely forgotten who she's married to. But hey, let's have another subplot of this dude trying to have an affair with her.
Why are they the focus now instead of the guy going after the psychotic serial killer clown?
Yes, I'd like a seat on your next flight to the United States.
That's a pretty broad location there, Olivia.
Sure, we'll fly you to the United States. Doesn't really matter where, but we'll get you there.
So they all meet back up and somehow don't know about Stan's death. I don't understand how, considering the fact that Pennywise practically told Bill.
Take that. Buddy, how are you? Fine. Beverly.
What a bunch of handsome old men.
We all banged her when we were 10. Seriously, even as adults, she continues moving through the group.
Will you let it go?
Wait, why did she just faint there exactly? Did she rewatch Superman 3?
Hey!
How dare he do this to me?
But even the actors want to forget this film before it's even over.
Oh, man. It.
Help us remember, Mike. Help us fill in the gaps.
Yeah, please, because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Now, the book explains that Mike is the only one who remembers because he's the only one who never left Derry. But the movie offers no explanation whatsoever.
Why would leaving Derry make you forget?
Well, hold on, I'm sure I'll find out.
I can't absolutely promise that.
And of course, Eddie can't remember, so insert random flashback. And then he instantly remembers just like that.
I think I remember who Pennywise was now. Big white guy, red nose.
You needed a visual to remember the killer clown who ruined your childhood and was killing your friends?
Dude, this man kidnapped your children and held them prisoner.
Huh, I don't remember. Oh my god, yes, that was him! I remember, it's so clear now!
Help us remember.
Wait a minute. I don't know about you guys, but this is the first time since I got here that I feel good. I mean, I feel halfway safe. Come on. Let's have a couple of drinks, huh?
Richie, this is neither the time nor the place.
In fact, what the hell happened to Richie? I mean, as a kid, he was the only cool one, but here he's just really whiny. What happened? You know it's bad when I'm calling you whiny.
I also just want to say the constant rotating of the camera in this scene is really irritating.
But hey, we get a montage of them all enjoying dinner because... development.
You know, it's so nice that Pennywise allows them to socialize and only attacks or pops up whenever it's convenient for their schedule.
They also update each other on their lives, and it turns out that Henry Bowers told people about the killer clown, but nobody believed him, so he pled guilty of all of the murders, and the 7 douchebags didn't say or do a damn thing.
Wow. Assholes. Then again, Bowers was a dick, so... good going, I guess?
You remember that part?
So Bowers is now in a mental ward before he sees Pennywise on the moon.
Oh, come on! How is this scary?
You helped me once, remember? You chased those brats. Almost got him, Henry. Almost. Don't you have another chance? You gotta go back and finish the job. You gotta go back to Derry and kill them all.
You know, actually, I really like this. I like the idea of Pennywise getting someone else to kill for him. It's much more interesting and makes a lot more sense than when Freddy did it in Freddy's Revenge. But I'm guessing the movie's gonna mess it up somehow.
Yeah.
Well, back to these assholes.
But I got a plane out at 6 a.m.
Richie, you're not leaving.
Bev, girl, what do you want? An adventure? You got some high-toned idea that you're gonna go relive that old nightmare? I love you, but count me out. I'm going to the hotel. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Again, Richie was the only kid with a pair of balls. Took on the bullies by himself. He took on a fucking werewolf by himself. And here as an adult, he's like, oh, we can't go there. It's past my curfew. I'm so scared. What the hell? Fuck you, movie.
Maybe he's right.
So they crack open a fortune cookie from hell. No, it's actually a bit creepy.
They also have eyes. I wonder if they can see how shit they are.
So they try to reach Stan but fail. Another flashback. People can't see the blood. And then some awful drunk stand-up.
Wait, they keep liquor in the library? My kind of library.
You tell that loser that if he hasn't left already, he's a dead man. We all managed to show up. Boy, that matches your real hair. Has anyone ever told you? Anyone from out of town? I don't know about you. I just flew in from L.A., boy, and boy, is my tail section tired. Yeah, not a chance. We're hot tonight. It's great to be back in Derry, breathing in that old Derry air. I have never felt so much love in one room in my entire life. Eddie, get all their names. I want to put them on my Christmas mailer.
You know, I've realised the problem with this film. Whenever they try to be scary, it's funny, and whenever they try to be funny, it's scary. It's all ass backwards.
And it never ends. It just keeps on going. But when it finally does, they find out Stan dies. Yeah, Eminem was quite sad about it too.
Yeah, and then a random shot of Pennywise for some reason. The hell was the point in that? What, in case we didn't realise that it was him? But then we get another flashback of Billy trying to save Stan for something back in the day. Who cares? We've had enough fucking flashbacks.
He follows a voice, but I don't understand why we even need to see this. We've already seen the kids be scared by the monster and even fight it to the death. What else is there to show?
And it's a mummy. This is ridiculous.
The only thing he could think of to do was to hold his bird book out in front of him like a shield and say as loud as he could the names of all the birds he could remember.
Wow.
I think we've done it.
I think we may have actually found the worst line in movie history.
I don't think we're ever topping that.
Now, apparently this is explained as a child's logic. They defeat the monster by using their logic of monster movies, silver bullets. So therefore, Stan is also able to use this logic by scaring off a damn mummy with this bollocks, because to a child it's like a protection spell.
No, it's still dumb.
And the movie never actually bothers to explain that, so moving on.
Hang tough, champ, you're gonna make it.
So we get more talking about what they saw as kids. Who the hell cares? Do something!
I looked into its deadlights, and I wanted to be there.
Deadlights.
Okay, I guess we're back here, and Oh, and now we're back again. Will you stop that?
But oh well, some more scary balloons come out of the fridge as Stan's disembodied head is inside because they just can't stop ripping off Friday the 13th Part 2.
But this is hilarious. At least Friday the 13th realized that animating the head would have been silly. This is ridiculous.
So Pennywise throws all the books out the window because, hey, the director did when adapting this, so why not?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I am getting really sick of this place. Now, I will listen to anything anybody has to say, but could we do it someplace else?
Why is Richie such a bitch now? Did they genuinely forget which character he was supposed to be? He's such a pussy.
My mom gave me that to say to help with my stutter.
No offense, pal. It ain't helping.
Okay, a funny line.
I need you, Henry. We all need you. They can't hurt you.
We didn't think they could hurt us back then either, but they did, didn't they? Bested you all summer.
Don't talk about that.
I can take care of them, if they only half believe.
I'm pretty sure they are well past half believing by now. What do you need old fat Billy Idol's help for?
We have to resist!
So Henry gets visited by his dead friend, and despite clearly whispering, the guy down the hall can hear him, and he is literally sleeping in a corridor for some reason and not even in a secure room or anything.
But Pennywise appears to the guard and... What the fuck is this even meant to be anymore?
So they sit around and reminisce some more because they need to pad out more time to hit that 3-hour mark. All they do is talk about the killings. We've already seen this. Why do we need to talk about this again? There's another flashback too. Just do something plot related.
They do learn that Pennywise appears every 30 years, but my question is, why doesn't everyone just leave? A disaster happens every 3 decades, and it's not like it's a town with a rich history that happens to be in a natural disaster area like San Francisco or New Orleans. It's a small town in Maine. What's keeping them there? The lobster industry?
Great choice.
So Bev has another memory of some old bastard walking away while she was bullied, and because of that, they believe the entire town is cursed. Yeah, it makes sense. Shut up.
But if you think that makes no sense...
For whatever reason, there's something very special about us being together. We found each other that summer, and our togetherness made us strong. Otherwise, it would have picked us off one by one.
So, why didn't he? They need to be together or he'll pick them off one by one? Why didn't it just kill Mike after he called the others? Or hell, even as kids, it had several opportunities to kill them all, including Seth Green in the basement, and it didn't do shit.
I mean, think about it. Is it an accident that none of us have kids?
What? That literally has nothing to do with anything. Oh, a serial killer clown is after us? Well, then I guess it's no coincidence that I'm allergic to peanut butter.
Anyway, in case you forgot Olivia Hussey was in this, she was in this. She shows up and Pennywise attacks, because he's apparently attacking their families now, hasn't gone after anyone else's families, and she's not even in Derry yet, but sure.
That's great, Ben. You ought to write that one down. Bill's our writer.
I just write horror stories.
You know, we still haven't talked about what we're going to do.
They are literally sitting around doing nothing, having the same conversation 17 times. Have another flashback where Bev cleans up blood only for it to do it again. Will you just do something?
And despite her dad losing his shit over her talking to one boy, he's fine with her having 6 of them over.
Did you ask Bill first?
No. I knew it was you. I've always known it was you.
No, it hasn't. You kissed one, massaged another, went off with another one. You're having all 6 at once.
But at least they didn't have a child gangbang.
Thank God.
But then she turns into Pennywise.
Kiss me, fat boy.
Okay, that is amazing.
On the plus, Ritter and Eddie save Mike and Bowers gets killed. But Mike is also injured. Does he ever just die and stay dead in this film?
And the whole Bowers coming back to kill for Pennywise thing, completely wasted. I called it.
So they rush Mike off to the hospital and await the next attack.
If Mike dies, there will be 5 of us left. Who comes next? Which one of us? Why is it doing this? Why does it hate? Why is it so mean?
Okay, I'll take it back. That is the worst line in movie history.
That is a real line in a horror movie, folks. Why is the serial killer clown so mean?
Aw, that Charles Manson is quite rude.
That Michael Myers is particularly impolite. Ugh.
You remember what my father was like? I fell in love with a man who turned out to be everything I always hated in my father.
From what I understand, that's actually pretty common among abuse victims, so the movie got something right at least.
And hey, Mike survives, so at least the black guy didn't die this time.
But oh well, they finally realise what they have to do.
Hey, it's silver. You can kill it.
Thanks for that audio flashback. Would have never guessed that that's what they meant.
People, that is a dead body. You're not seriously suggesting we walk out of here and leave it lying there?
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting.
Wait, they didn't call the police? Well, what the fuck? Why would you not call the police? It was clearly self-defense. He was an escaped mental patient. You would have been fine. Who wrote this?
I think we ought to call the police.
I think Eddie's right.
You don't understand. This whole town is it in some way. All of them.
How?
Bill's right.
Because of one asshole? I mean, I guess throughout the film as the others get picked on, nobody does anything, but they never mention any of that, just her.
I second that.
Also, on the way out, Richie watches a news report of another missing child really intently. I'm not sure what the point of this is. Is it meant to be a sign of conscience?
Where is this coming from? He was nothing like this as a kid. Why is he a douchebag now?
However, we do get a flashback to Billy's old speech, which is kinda cool, slowly convincing the others to join him in the fight.
Not sure why, when they know the damn thing is gonna come back again in 30 years, but just play along.
So they begin to suit up and proceed to explain what happened last time with the clown. Why are they explaining this? We've already seen it!
Lucky 7.
We're all here now.
Oh, come on. Guys, what the hell are you gonna do now? Sing Kumbaya?
Hell, we've tried everything else. It might work.
And why is Richie such a douchebag now? It makes no sense.
I still say we should have brought a machine gun.
That's a good point. Why didn't anyone think to bring any kind of gun? Just get some silver bullets and fire away! You're adults!
I honestly do not know.
So they arrive at the sewers where Bill finds his wife's purse and heads off on his own, with no one following him. Friendship!
They do eventually, but hey, it took them long enough.
Georgie appears to them, which is really creepy, but why didn't it do this before when they were kids and therefore would be more scared?
All your fault, Bill. You set me out and it killed me.
But Bill's acting is awful. It doesn't look like he's face to face with his dead brother at all. This is embarrassing.
Killed my brother George, you bastard. Let's see you now.
Let's see you now.
Well, that flashback was pointless. Moving on.
Then Pennywise appears as an awful hologram. Tupac looked more real.
Bill, man, we can't fight that thing.
You did it before. As kids.
Congratulations, that's a miracle.
So they follow a paper boat to a door that looks like it's from Labyrinth, but...
I've been lying.
About what?
When I said that I was seeing someone, well, I'm not. In fact, I haven't ever... I mean, I've never even been with any...
Eddie, what are you saying? You're a virgin?
Yeah.
Well, I can't help you with that, pal, but thanks for sharing.
Okay, that was funny.
Bev will help you.
Oh, will you shut up?
Don't you even think that, spaghetti man?
But why the hell does he come out with this? Literally, they're about to go into battle, and he reveals he's a virgin randomly, and then they go into battle. It's entirely pointless.
And now that I think about it, none of this makes sense. I mean, Freddy Krueger is built on fear, I get that, but here they literally say the damn thing. Pennywise feeds on fear. They use kids' imaginations, which is why silver bullets beat him like in the Wolfman and shit like that. So why don't they just imagine it dead? I mean, they're controlling it, right? Apparently. Just imagine it dead. This movie sucks.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, after 3 hours of shitty-ass buildup, all for a shitty-ass special effect of a shitty-ass spider. Suck my hairy-ass balls.
Suddenly I find Tom Holland strangely intimidating in comparison.
I mean, I guess it looks as good as it can on a 1990s TV budget, so we should cut them a little slack.
But it's just a really bizarre twist. Oh, it's a killer clown? Nah, it's a spider. Genius.
Right.
To be fair, the close-ups don't look too bad, it's just the wide angles.
Anyway, Bev misses the first shot as Billy recites some poetry because... reasons, but she manages to hit the second while the others try to protect themselves from the light. Well, that's what they say, but they continue staring at it for some reason.
I believe in Santa Claus. I believe in the Easter Bunny. I believe in the Tooth Fairy. But I don't believe in you.
Whoa, such a badass one-liner.
A grown-ass man just said he believes in the Tooth Fairy. I got nothing.
Me too.
So Bev hits a third shot to the ribs to kill it. Until another 30 years when it comes back. What makes this time any different?
Who cares? Eddie's dead.
Which one was he again?
Shut up.
This isn't over. If that thing comes back when I'm 70.
Okay, not sure if that was intentional, but that was funny.
But they all decide to gangbang the spider to death. Well, it's dead. I guess we can eat it now.
Oh, and Bill's wife is saved. I know you all cared about her considering how little time we spent with her, and why the fuck didn't it just kill her?
What?
So Mike reminisces over the whole ordeal while he recovers. Bev actually settles down with John Ritter.
Ben and Bev left Derry together, headed west. After a week, they were married. A few weeks later, they were pregnant.
I'd get a DNA test, mate.
But for some reason, Bill's wife is just catatonic, until he puts her on his bike, cycles down a hill, nearly kills loads of people in traffic, and this somehow wakes her up.
And that was it. It was shit. The kids' stuff is bad, but a lot more tolerable. You can tell they were at least having a lot of fun, and I did care for 2 of the characters. They gave it their all, but the adult stuff was just boring and uninteresting. Tim Curry was great, and maybe a couple of creepy moments, but overall it's padded with filler, unintentional humor, and it's just a waste of 3 hours.
Look, I know a lot of people find clowns scary.
Because they're pussies!
Yes, very good. But I don't, so Pennywise didn't really do much for me, even though Curry's performance was pretty awesome. The movie did have its moments, and the cast gave it their all, but the story wasn't structured well, they were clearly hampered by television broadcast standards, and overall, it's not that scary. If a horror movie isn't scary, what's the point?
Rob, are you okay?
This is so bad. These videos are so bad.
But it's over now. You're okay.
It's not over. It's not over. There's one more. The worst.
The worst? The worst horror and or thriller ever? Like, ever?
Worst.